Hey everyone, welcome back to Grace Meets Globe. Today we're diving into some of the latest and sneakiest airport security rules that you need to know about before your next trip. These things are changing constantly, and it feels like every time I step foot in an airport, there's some new rule or regulation I've never even heard of. So I've done the research for you. Let's get started. So, you know how we used to just breeze through security? Yeah, those days might be over. Airports are stepping up their game with this enhanced screening thing. It's not just those full body scanners anymore. We're talking facial recognition, iris scans, the whole shebang. The important thing is to be prepared. Make sure you have your documents in order, and if you have any concerns, don't be afraid to ask questions. Knowledge is power, people. Okay, let's talk liquids. Remember the 311 rule? 3.4 ounces or less per container? All those little bottles in a single quart-sized bag? Well, guess what? It's not always that simple anymore. Some airports are now requiring you to take out all your liquids and gels, even if they fit in the baggie. And don't even get me started on powders. They're cracking down on those too, especially if you've got more than 12 ounces. My advice? Invest in some reusable, TSA-approved silicone travel bottles. And here's a pro tip: pack your liquids in a clear, easy-to-access pouch. All right, this one is a game changer, especially for all my fellow digital nomads out there. Some countries have implemented stricter regulations on electronics, banning certain devices from carry-on luggage on flights originating from specific regions. I'm talking laptops, tablets, even some cameras. The key here is to stay informed. Before you even book your flight, check the latest travel advisories and airline guidelines for your destination. If you absolutely must travel with a banned device, make sure it's properly packed in your checked luggage. The last thing you want is your precious tech getting damaged in transit. Listen, I used to be all about that PreCheck life. Who doesn't love skipping the lines and keeping their shoes on? But lately, even PreCheck has become a headache. The enrollment process is more intense, more documentation, thorough background checks, and insane wait times for interviews. Randomized security checks are more common, so don't be surprised if you get flagged. It's frustrating when the rules keep changing. Remember when a driver's license was all you needed to board a domestic flight? Yeah, those days are long gone, my friends. The Real ID Act is in full effect, and if you're planning on flying anywhere within the US, you're gonna need more than just your old ID. We're talking about federally compliant identification, people. Think enhanced driver's licenses, passport cards, even military IDs, and don't wait till the last minute to get yours sorted. For international jet setters, make sure your passport is valid for at least 6 months after your return date. So do yourself a favor and check your documents now. Okay, this one really grinds my gears. You know those random security checks I mentioned earlier? Yeah, they're everywhere now. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned traveler or a first-time flyer, you could get pulled aside for additional screening at any moment. And the worst part? They never tell you why. You could be standing there minding your own business, and bam, you're suddenly suspect number one. But here's the thing. Getting angry or arguing with the TSA agents isn't going to help. Just take a deep breath, cooperate with the officers, and remember, it's all about safety in the end. You'd think by now everyone would know what you can and can't bring on a plane. But apparently not. The TSA still confiscates tons of prohibited items every single day. And it's not just the obvious stuff like weapons and explosives. We're talking about oversized liquids, sharp objects, and certain batteries. Don't even think about bringing your trusty pocket knife. Check the TSA's website before you pack. All right, let's face it, airport security can be a real drag. But it doesn't have to be a complete nightmare. With a little planning and these pro tips, you can breeze through security like a boss. First things first, pack smart. Wear shoes that are easy to slip on and off, and avoid wearing any excessive jewelry or accessories. Next, have your documents ready. Keep your ID and boarding pass handy, and make sure they're easily accessible. And finally, be efficient. Once you get to the security checkpoint, grab a bin and start loading up your belongings. Listen up, Globetrotters. International travel is amazing, but stay informed about risks, not just pickpockets and scams. Serious threats like terrorism, unrest, and disasters. Enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP. Get alerts and updates about safety conditions. Follow local news for real-time updates. Gone are the days of paper boarding passes. Mobile boarding passes are all the rage these days, and for good reason. They're convenient, eco-friendly, and let's be real, they make you feel pretty tech-savvy. But hold up. Before you ditch those paper tickets altogether, there are a few new rules you need to be aware of. Some airlines have fully embraced mobile boarding passes, while others are still lagging behind. And even if your airline does offer mobile boarding passes, there might be some restrictions. So, what's the best course of action? Simple. Check with your airline before you travel. And there you have it, folks. The latest and sneakiest airport security rules you need to know about before your next trip. I know it's a lot to take in, but trust me, it's better to be prepared than sorry. Check the TSA's website, follow your airline's guidelines, and don't be afraid to ask questions if you're unsure about something. Thanks for watching. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and updates. Safe travels, everyone.